Joseph will, uh, I'm assuming he notices you, will,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah,
This is a
will give
very
a,
wide open area with bright lights, few shadows, and no disciplines.
his eyes will probably flash over to you for a second, but after that, they'll remain focused on Marcus, and body language will indicate that he's not turning away from you, but not at all doing anything to motion that he's receptive to you.
So it turns out you're okay after all?
I'm okay.
Marcus said you, just suddenly stopped talking last night. You wanted me to make sure you were alright, and when I stopped by your church, I couldn't find, Rain or Craig anyway.
Give me just 1 second, just something out of character. Oh, okay, no, I remember properly. Um, yeah, Joseph will not respond to that.
So, why are you stalking him?
You don't think someone kidnapping people out of our haven, or sorry, out of our domain and giving them to as human sacrifices to a necromancer should be watched?
So you're just watching him? That's your motivation in this?
Do you see me now? Does it look like I'm watching him?
Sure, just seems like an odd way to spend your nights.
Well, being crazy, I get a little bit more leeway in what I choose to do.
It's fair. Anyway, he called me up because he's, drunk and a little bit frightened by the, vampire following him through the streets.
Well, I think that if people knew that he was picking people up and giving them as human sacrifices off the streets, that people would have the same reaction towards him.
I don't think that most of our society would give a flying fuck.
You did notice I said people, right? Not vampires. I don't think most vampires would care about humans. They don't.
Well, if you want me to stop treating you like a person, I can. We're still people. Just, funny kind.
True, but most kindred don't think of us as such anymore. And I would think that Marcus would go in that group of doesn't think he's quite human anymore to just willingly give someone as a human sacrifice.
It's fair. Listen, Joseph. I dropped the guy you murdered. You drop this with him now. Neither of you were in your right mind when it happened. That's all there is to it.
You're right. You know, for you, I'll drop the two people he took as human sacrifices. And Joseph will say that, but not move an inch.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go, see if we can, get him back to somewhere safe so he can, sober up. David will, kinda clap Joseph on the back and then walk over to where Marcus is.
Oh, hello, Joe. Hello, David.
Hey, I had a little talk with Joseph, and he's decided to let the muggers... Actually, did any of us ever find out that he did it to 2 muggers?
Nope.
No.
Just one.
No. So that was slight mistake on my part.
It's all good. I talked to Joseph. He said he's just going to let the muggers slide.
David. It's not the muggers he cares about.
What?
It's not the muggers he cares about.
Does he have a problem with the necromancer then?
It's the little girl thing.
What?
I mean, I thought that was obvious.
I mean, maybe it was. That just sounds kind of stupid to me.
I mean, it is kind of stupid. Because she obviously wasn't a little girl, but whatever. I think that's the big thing.
I mean, it was a fucking monster that makes illusions in people's minds. Who the fuck cares what it was? Alright, well fuck, watch your back then.
Yeah, can you, give me a lift to...
Yeah, sure. I got a U-Haul out front.
Can you give me a lift to this street corner? I can make my rest of my way from there.
Sure, just, fuck, I guess watch out. He might be following you now.
Oh, I'm assuming he's following me at all times.
That's depressing. Alright,
Yes,
yeah, sure.
quite.
You want to sit up in the front with me, or do you want to hang out in the back?
I'll sit up in the front.
Alright,
Maybe it'll send a message.
what kind of message?
I don't know. That you're with me or whatever? I don't know.
Oh, whatever. Only reason I've even got the U-Haul is to draw attention from interested parties.
That Nosferatu thing?
Could be.
I think you're just being paranoid, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Because I want to be honest with you, if I see a frickin' Nosferatu on the streets of Astoria, they're doing it wrong.
It's fair.
Anyway, I just need to ride back and you can do things with David or whatever. David, you can do things with Byron, I thought? Don't you guys have plans for tonight?
At this point, those plans are gonna have to wait.
Okay, sorry, I just...
No, it's fine,
Great.
it's fine.
Crazy guy. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're all a little bit crazy. Being a vampire does that to people.
Listen.
Hey, and for what it's worth, I'm with you on the ghost thing. Monster fucks up part of my coterie. Monster gets dealt with.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Marcus will feel a bit better about that, but he's like, still doesn't stop the fact that Joseph's driving around trying to find me. And I think he's got a shotgun with him.
As long as he doesn't get the jump on you, I think that you can take him if it comes to violence. But I would really prefer that it didn't.
He's got that invisibility thing, man.
Yeah, well, you can see through invisibility.
Eh.
At least in my experience.
Just drive.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker.
Whenever Marcus steps outside, then he'll notice, among other things, that the taxi driver apparently is no longer waiting for him.
Fuck that guy.
But apparently it'd been 70 minutes. That would have been quite a bill.
And I'm gonna drive him to where he's going.
Alright.
Or where he directs me, rather.
You two pile up in a U-Haul and soar off into the night. Oh, hey, Byron. You know, you finished acquiring your donations. You've spoken with David. Lots of exciting things are happening, but they're not affecting you at all. What would Byron like to do at, say, 2:17 in the morning?
Good question. Did David say that they were going to Elysium or not? Because if he did, he's not going to go there. But that might have been what he was planning to do. I don't know.
I think that David had actually mentioned.
Okay, good. I actually didn't want to send him there. I was hoping you did, but he would have done it had you all not gone there, probably.
I don't remember for sure, but I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, let's just say that. I think you. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Well, in that case, he's it's just like, well, crap. There's nothing for me to do tonight, so he will run by the office and see if Evelyn has left that list of political events.
Yeah, there's one that Byron can find. Just sort of, sort of like a kind of event schedule. Byron learns that there's not actually that much in the way of, like events, which, perhaps sad, but perhaps also an indicator of the times in this horrible, cruel world, man, where people they just don't care. There are a few.
Yeah, he'll look at the list, and he realizes he didn't really give Evelyn a good indication, because he's saying, I should have added like union rallies and stuff like that in there. Anything that has any kind of political affiliation, but he'll look at the list, see if there's anything, and if there's nothing interesting, he'll just kind of, say, back to the drawing board, and he'll go back home.
It's pretty generic. Byron could, fuss out something that he thinks could prove of value. I mean, it was pretty general information like, hey, at, blah, 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 such a time, a commemoration in honor of blah, blah, blah that happened on blah, 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 like a historic day. This is Knickerbocker's Day, devoted to, ancient, times whenever the Dutch, first had settled in this region, long before it became New York. Great, Knickerbocker Day, that's what I care about. Fantastic.
Yeah, Byron has anything with day in the name, he's probably not that interested in. So, but yeah, definitely night speech events and stuff.
Yeah, there's a few events that are later on this month that Byron can clue in on and show up to. That sound like that would be more of his political speed.
He'll make a mental note of it then, and maybe he'll get to it in the weeks after this, and he'll take it home, put the list. He will put it on his refrigerator with a magnet. There we go. That's what people do, right?
Fucking Byron.
I know, right? I just seem so perfect.
Fucking Byron. I can't fucking get that image out of my head now. Oh, Byron is such a douchebag. I want to fucking punch him myself.
Oh, I know. He's just so funny and clueless. It's hilarious. And with that, he is going to use those 2 blood point donation he got and buff his strength up and dig a hole for a few hours.
Well, Byron does that. Joseph doesn't go crazy, and David manages to deliver Marcus to where Marcus directs him. Where does Marcus direct him?
A street corner that's like a couple blocks away from his domicile of choice.
Okay.
And then he's going to take a crisscross windy path through alleys and other things to his domicile.
Alright. The dice here tell me that Marcus doesn't spot Joseph or, any Nosferatu trailing him as he approaches his new domicile.
That's what Marcus does.
What does David do after he delivers the package?
I guess he's gonna go. He's gonna call up Byron and start driving back to get rid of this U-Haul.
Byron is in the middle of heavy labor. Heavy labor.
Pick up the phone, motherfucker.
Let's see if he hears the phone. Oh, yeah, he hears it. All right, so, this is Byron. What's up?
Hey, I found out what the deal is with Marcus and Joseph.
All right, I'm all ears.
Basically, Joseph doesn't give a flying fuck about the people that Marcus kidnapped. What he really cares about is the ghost. He's angry at Marcus for getting rid of the ghost.
You hear some like hair on mic sound. It's Byron is shaking his head. Oh, of course he is. Of course he is. Leave it to Malkavian to form an emotional connection with a frickin' phantasm. All right. Well,
Listen. That ghost was a dangerous monster. It was tossing around illusions and all sorts of crazy shit. You know?
I really don't. I don't think I ever had contact with that ghost. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Byron was ever around for like the mirror shattering or giggles or anything like that, was he?
No.
Yeah, Byron's like, yeah, I'll take your word for it. I mean, it seemed to really mess Marcus up when I saw him, and Joseph seemed to be having a better time of it for whatever reason, but from all I've heard, ghosts are bad news. I don't blame Marcus for getting rid of it, honestly.
Anyway, my whole take on all this is that a monster attacked a member of our coterie and Marcus got rid of it. I mean?
Yeah. I definitely don't have a problem with him getting rid of the ghost. I mean, in and of it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like he dealt with it. So I don't have a problem there, I guess. Now, how he may have done it, I don't know. I reserve judgment because I don't know what all went on, really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously upset about the payment, but I figure that has to be forgiven, same as if one of us frenzies or if Joseph stabs a drunk driver.
Oh, I hope no one brought that up with Joseph. It's kind of a sore point with him.
Whoops. To be fair, it's kind of a sore point with me too.
Oh, with me as well. I don't know. I guess I think it was an overreaction. But that seems to be what Joseph does. So I don't know.
Anyway, I'm hoping this is all resolved and nice and peacefully. But I'm not necessarily going to keep my hopes up.
Agreed. I think for better or for worse, this might be something they just need to take care of themselves. I mean, it's I don't think that. I mean, I guess Marcus wanted you as a mediator, but I'm not sure that. Sure, you might be able to stop conflict one night, maybe 2 nights, but our condition leaves us a lot of nights. And just a question, does Joseph seem like the type of person that would just drop something to you?
No, he seems obsessive, and not necessarily in the Malkavian way.
Right. So I think that you could spend the rest of your own life trying to stop them from getting to the bottom of this disagreement. But I think they have to do it on their own. It won't stop on its own.
It's fair. And I've already told Joseph that any punishment he decides to dole out to Marcus, I'll return evenly. But I don't actually expect that to stop him.
No, I don't either.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's a thing. I don't know that we. If it could be solved somehow, that would be great. But I'm just not seeing a viable way to do it unless. No, I'm not going to do that.
Do
yeah.
what?
No, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to mind wipe one of my coterie. Because those things have a tendency to surface later on, and they need to get it out sooner the better when they can. At least now it's contained because people know what's going on. You and I know what's going on.
Yeah, plus he try and deal with his ghouls and try and find other ways to keep him from finding back out. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel right about it, and I don't think it'd work anyway. So no, I don't have a solution here. I think that I think they need to, and if they need to have it out and beat each other silly, I'd rather they didn't, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know how to stop it.
Hey, I'm getting another call. That was really all I had to say, so I'll talk to you later.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the heads up. And
Click.
Yep. And Byron puts his phone down and goes back to making a hole.
David will answer his other call. Green.
Hey, David.
Yeah?
I had one other thing to ask you. Don't break into my church again.
You got it. I wouldn't have done it to begin with if I wasn't worried about you. I'm sorry, and if you want, I'll help you change your lock.
No, I'll do it. But even if you're worried about me, don't break into my church again. Click.
Well, there you have it. What does David do for the rest of his morning after he returns the U-Haul?
He's going to try to set up what looks like an obvious fortified sleeping place. You know, out of one of those metal lockers, he converts into a sleep-a-majig. Put it out nice in the open. Make it a fairly obvious trap. And then try and wire up the thermobaric explosive inside of it to go off if opened.
Ah.
Probably using some kind of Oh, a simple steel cable that'll pull out some sort of activation mechanism when it's opened. Nothing complicated.
Let's see here. Trying to discern. There's no demolitions or explosives knowledge skill. I suppose it could fall under technology. Although
Probably
that'd be
could.
interesting. Yeah. We'll say, go ahead and give this a, let's see, trying to craft out the best possible solution would be a witty sort of thing, so let's go ahead and have a wits plus technology at difficulty 6 then. Aaron? In before botch? No.
Nope.
Figured I'd go ahead and say the line since it seems to be common. David manages to successfully create a cable wire and connect the device up.
Alright, then David's going to try and figure out an ideal place to hide his actual sleeping place. In a ceiling, in a wall, whatever. Somewhere that would take serious time and trial and error just to find, rather than being somewhere that you could just sort of predict where it is.
And in the process, making it more inconvenient for himself when he sleeps, right?
Sure, whatever.
Well, he can certainly make things more inconvenient for himself. If I sleep in the ceiling, so I have to climb up there and then fall out of bed.
I mean, he's strong and quick enough to drop out pretty easily.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't take any damage, it'd just be annoying.
Anyway, the basic idea behind all this is that the booby-trapped one is the obvious honeypot that anyone sufficiently paranoid will be sufficiently divided on whether it's too obvious or just obvious enough that they'll check it just to make sure. And with just a few ounces of explosive, it shouldn't wreck too much of the place.
Nah, it wouldn't.
But it would fuck up anyone who opened it.
For that sort of goal that oh goddamn, that David's going for here, he could have gone for other sort of directional charges, like say a claymore mine.
Sure. But if it's a vampire who's coming for it, and if he's right about his suspicions, it would be.
He'd rather have the whole "I have a chance of setting you on fire" aspect.
Exactly. He doesn't care so much about flinging a whole bunch of ball bearings through someone, regardless of how horrifyingly deadly that would be to a human. I mean, this would still fuck up a human anyway, too. But yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to do for the night. Make sure he does it right.
Is there anything else the coterie wishes to do? And whatever few hours may remain before sunrise here?
What day is it?
You're looking at early Thursday, May 14th, 1998.
Then no.
Okay.
Marcus says nothing.
Byron's just hitting that wall.
Alright. Then the rather exhaustive and eventful night comes to an end with the rising of the sun on Thursday, May 14th, 1998. And then the sun sets on Thursday, May 14th, 1998. And at about 10:42, 10:43 p.m., roughly around there, Joseph, David, and Byron awaken from their undead torpors and their various, unliving conditions, each expending a point of vitae as their bodies reanimate. For Byron, everything around is simple enough. There is a call confirmation from Evelyn, just to make sure that you ended up getting that schedule that was posted. Beyond that, there's nothing. No ghoul rats lurking at the edges of the shadows, no ghost waiting to eat you, no Theo Bell. For David, doesn't seem like the security systems picked up anything of merit to him. And for Joseph, everything within the church appears to be going well. Except for, him.
Yeah, well, Byron is just going to head off to class, and he will make the call to Evelyn and just say, yep, he got it, thanks, and he'll be in class till quarter till midnight or so.
All right. I know, beep. And apparently, no one had anything, Jordan.
I'm sorry, did I miss something? I was
It was just like a hanging prompt to see what you guys wanted to do upon awakening beyond your sort of normal rituals as you sort of adjust to the day. That's fine, though. In which case, go ahead.
I was hoping to go last because I was trying to collect my notes.
That's fine. I mean, it's just kind of the fact that, speaking out of character, now that Marcus has missing a point of humanity, he wakes up later.
You don't get to go first anymore. Joseph's going to look into the murder. Specifically, he's going to look up, see if he can find anything about the. I don't remember if I already asked, but see if he can find anything about the girl's parents.
Okay. How is he going to be doing that?
Phone book to start off with.
Okay. Alright then. Roughly about a half hour later, Marcus ends up awaking in his domicile, losing a point of vitae in the process, not having been disturbed apparently during the day, which is pleasant. He's a light sleeper, of course, so he's rather sensitive to such shifts in his environment.
I will, since it's the last night I'm going to be here anyways, I'm going to head down to the front desk of the hotel and pay my bill.
Alright, that's certainly something Marcus can do with his meager supply of cash. Very meager.
Yeah, I'm pushing my money. It's like very little left. But anyways, after that, Marcus is gonna do what he normally does.
Okay. Which case we'll go ahead and focus on Joseph again. There's no need for an investigation roll for this, as this is something that Joseph will be able to do just automatically. Um, just sort of sifting through the phone books, the massive quantity, well, really, just Astoria related, but if he's trying to perhaps broaden his scope, he'll nevertheless discover after sort of hours of research in the matter, which will take care of a good chunk of Joseph's night. The parents of these children, it's been approaching, 40 years. They're either all dead or they've moved out of the greater New York City metropolitan area, or they're not listed.
Well then, when that's done, yeah, I guess he'll give David a call.
Alright, that'll be long into the future. For David and Byron then, what are your characters interested in doing here on this Thursday night? I mean, obviously I know what Byron's going to be doing, so in that case we have David.
David wants to get a whole bunch of cheap webcams. I mean, obviously incredibly cheap because, I mean, by modern standards, because they'd be just super shitty. As well as some chicken wire and maybe some barbed wire to set up a highly filmed maze within his warehouse.
That is certainly something that David could do as well. Would he like to try to purchase these things legitimately or use as obfuscate hacks?
He's gonna put his face on.
Alright, you do that. That's gonna be manipulation plus performance at difficulty 7. Alright, it's a really horrible face, but it's a face.
It's a human face, at least.
It's a human-esque face, yes.
Alright, then, yeah, he's going to purchase those things, and once he's got all that set up, he's probably going to set up the sorts of things that he had in his old haven with, like, the dummies, the cardboard cutouts, and the strobe lights.
Yeah. A labor-intensive endeavor of love, in which case we'll end up with Byron coming out of class. No one called and interrupted you during class, dude. Oh my god. You could totally focus even better.
Yeah, he was extremely put out by that. He really wanted a distraction about 15 minutes on until the end. In fact, let's see. What's the roll for that? He probably did. I'm not going to roll. I was going to roll an impatience roll. Yeah, he did fine.
He's got enough self-control. He's a self-respecting Ventrue, right?
Sure, but I'm just thinking an hour and a half. Okay, that's a long time. It's a long time for a Ventrue with ADD.
It's like, why isn't this knowledge in my brain yet? I should just have Evelyn do all this for me. Then you're like, no, I don't want to become one of those curmudgeon-y elders who don't know how to work a computer or keep up with the times for stupid pastime. Then 20 minutes later,
Pretty much. You'll look at his notepad and the margins have doodles all the way down it. I mean, there are notes there. He did go, he paid attention, but yeah. So yeah, he'll.
But
I guess he'll go
like normal artwork or drawing doodles as like a kid would do instead. He's He's blathering on about, like, Ventrue financial shit and the current political status of the United States of America and the falling star that is the President of the United States. It seems that he is going to be forced to ousted out of office, and the country is going to have to recover from that, going to be a special presidential election. I mean, obviously, because the vice president just putting it isn't good enough because he might be corrupt, too. Oh, my God. He's part of the same cabinet, right? You can't trust him.
Oh, no. What it is it's a little stick figure thing up at the top, and it shows it has a top hat on it. It's supposed to be the president, and then it's got another stick figure with a dress on, and then it's got from a graphic part of the body, little dots like for a laser gun or bullets or something, and the girl has a speech bubble saying, take cover! Yeah, that's what Ventrue drew in the margins.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Byron Rand.
I mean, you're trying to be nice. No. He went straight back to middle school with his doodles. He was just like, but no, he was thinking those thoughts, but he got bored and he drew that in the margin. But yeah, he's out, and he needs to blow off some steam after that. So he is going to go hunting a couple times, unless someone calls him about something. I mean, he's pretty much a free agent. Oh, and just a question. How is the wall coming along? Do I need to make a roll for the last couple nights, or you
have more freedom than Andy Dufresne did to tunnel out of his cell. It's gonna take a little bit to, you're clearing a hole from your haven all the way into the sewer, right? Or at least the subway tunnels.
Yeah, it's a drainage. It's probably, it's under the roadway, probably like halfway under the roadway, under the sidewalk. So figure he's got to go 10 feet, give or take, through that. And he's got to go carefully, too, because he doesn't want to, collapse the sidewalk in. And so he's probably going to have to dig down a little bit. So, yeah.
Not only that, he's trying to conceal it well, too, because of the fact that, this isn't, zoning that's on the books, so to speak. Right,
exactly. And so, yeah, he's hitting it with a big mallet, but he's probably trying not to make too much noise in the middle of the night. Good luck with that. But at least it's New York in the world of darkness. Maybe the neighbors won't care.
He's definitely making progress. Just, not something that's useful still. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I imagine it's going to take a while. I'm just trying to decide what he's going to do after he hunts. But, hey, he's got 2 in-game hours for that. So what's everyone else doing?
Well, what's going to end up happening is while David has purchased all of his goods and is in the process of unwrapping his barbed wire like it's, Christmas decorations, he's going to be getting a call from Joseph.
Great.
Did you ever get the stuff on that cold case?
Shit, I might have. Let me check with my ghoul. But why does it matter now?
Maybe finding the killer will make me happy.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll call him up right now. I should be back to you in about 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Click. And then David is going to call up Detective Farnsworth.
Well, what David is going to be getting is basically a convoluted mess of just stammers and apologies, along with a brief explanation, and David could certainly relate to this. Old cold cases from the early 60s, mysterious disappearances, they're not the first individuals, not even the first little girls to disappear within New York City. It was so long ago. Records have been moved around, the entire borough still in the process of electronization as they transfer records from all the file cabinets and the shelves and the manila folders, and it's a very slow and tedious process, and along the way so many things get misplaced or lost, he wasn't able to find anything.
Alright, David will explain that, he's not upset. It's pretty much what he expected, but, thanks for looking anyway. And then he'll hang up and call Joseph back.
Hello?
Yeah, he said he couldn't find any of the old cold cases. For all he knows, they're just not currently on file. They're updating their systems right now. Sorry.
Well, if anything ever turns up about that, I do want to see it till I track down this serial killer.
Of course.
By the way, I do know that he's still alive.
And how do you know that?
Benefits of being a little crazy. You can
If you
take
say
it.
so.
You can take it for what it's worth, but pretty sure you're at least a little familiar with the fringe benefits of that go along with our downside.
Or rumors therein.
Or rumors therein. Yeah, you can take it for what it's worth, but I at least know that he's still alive.
Fair enough. Well, if that's everything.
Yeah, bye.
Click.
Alright, what would Joseph like to do now?
My first guess is he's doing the same thing I'm doing, thinking. How the fuck do you figure out a 40-year-old cold case with no paperwork?
Well, certainly Joseph would know from his time spent in law enforcement that, there are so many people who just fall through the cracks. And, perhaps these girls were, these individuals. I mean, there could have been, suspicious persons of interest, regarding the situation, but you don't have any detective notes, any sort of, filings, any of the missing person reports at all. You just have, what those newspaper articles mentioned.
Well, he'll go back down there.
He's going, back to, where
C
Bridget
Star.
Star works, yeah, the fucking... I forgot what I damn
Astoria
named
Times?
the newspaper. Yeah, there we go. Can't remember Astoria Times, Grimith. I am the best storyteller.
Well, when it gets there, well, is Star there?
Yeah, she's there. Joseph is seeing a pattern here by which he tends to work at such weird times.
You know, if I didn't think, if I didn't know better, but he'll ask to go down there.
She'll agree. Joseph's such a nice, affable guy. He's even a priest. My goodness.
He'll
How
be
could you say no?
He'll be straight up with her. He'll tell her that he's trying to figure out a 40-year-old cold case about 12 missing girls who are dead, who were abducted, and he'll show if she wants to see it, he'll show her what he's able to uncover. But aside from the skulls and scars.
Say, she is definitely very interested in this. Whenever she had asked Joseph about it before, he had only, turned her away with sort of like the half answers and sort of, shrugging sort of thing. But, she's definitely interested in taking a look at all sorts of knowledge and even referencing the sort of microfilm itself to perhaps cross-reference, find other mentions, maybe get some other information that wasn't included in the police reports that actually ended up being reported in the Astoria Times.
Yeah, he'll be looking for that, and he'll be looking for any mention of detective names or anything. It's very unlikely, but it's a possibility. Any detective he can go back and question. They may be a little bit old, but sometimes there's cases you don't forget.
Right.
And even if they did forget, he can ask someone to, pull apart his brain and look inside it.
That'll take a few more hours, but all the other characters are occupied doing their various activities, so there's actually going to be no need for a roll on this. With Joseph's sort of new sculpted, visage in mind, combined with Bridget, standing by offering her astute, advice after years of journalism and staying up bleary-eyed, sifting through information herself. It seems that the common thread emerges involving a suspect involved in many of the disappearances of these girls. The individual's name I will provide for you in the map tool chat. The guy's name is Moses Carning. He was the construction foreman and site surveyor. He was apparently in the process of helping the owner of the Majestic do remodeling during the entire time period which these disappearances took place.
Well, not mentioning the skulls in the wall, but he can mention that there's a hole in the wall where he believed that the girls were kept, and he'll bring that up. As the papers never obviously never mentioned finding the skulls, so, I mean, that's pretty damning evidence.
Yes. Certainly is the fact that, apparently there were murders that took place with these disappearing girls, and, if such things were hidden behind a wall, someone with construction expertise and experience, and someone with access to the basement, it certainly does seem like a credible suspect.
He'll call David.
Of course, Joseph will have to clear out of the basement in order to get a decent signal, but that's certainly doable. Ring, ring, motherfucker.
Green.
Pretty sure I've got a pretty solid suspect.
Well, all right.
They had him back then, just not enough proof to bring anything together, but he was actually working on the building, construction work, working on the Majestic itself, so concerning where that hole was. Moses Carning. And, well, if you can ask about any criminal record or anything that can turn up with that.
Sure thing. And if you're planning on trying to find confirmation that he did it, might be a good time to bury the hatchet with Marcus. Get him to use his telepathy. Assuming I know he has
You'll probably
telepathy.
hear. You'll probably hear.
Like, I legitimately can't remember if that was ever mentioned in character.
I know Joseph has extremely strong suspicion, like almost certain that he does because of all the stuff he's able to do. But I don't know if he's ever mentioned it actually any other time.
Do correct me if you haven't mentioned it yet in character, Jordan.
He's never mentioned it.
Okay, in that case...
Nope.
In that case, well, maybe you could get Byron involved. Get him to make him confess to anything that he did. He does have those mind control powers.
Not sure how useful those are for such a thing. I'm not sure how able he is to get him to say the truth, how workable that is.
Sounds like a good thing to ask him about.
No harm in that. Okay, well, I want to piece together at least a little bit more of the thing beforehand, so if you can find anything, if there's any record.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Bye.
And David's going to call up Detective Farnsworth again.
You certainly get in contact with him.
Hey, I've got a name I want you to run down when you've got time. It's Moses Carney. C-A-R-N-E-Y.
C-A-R-N-E. Got it.
It might relate to those cold cases I wanted you to look into.
Alright, I'll check back. Probably end up taking a few days. I'll let you know. And if anything does come in through about those cold cases, I'll let you know about that too.
Fantastic. And I'm not necessarily looking for you to ask him any questions. I just want to know if he has a record.
Will do.
Click.
What other activities would individuals like to engage in this morning? This Friday, May 15th morning.
Marcus will call Byron.
David was also going to call Byron.
Maybe we call at the same time.
Marcus gets it first. He's first.
Called it first. Ring, motherfucker.
Byron was just walking around looking for someone to eat, and yep, phone rings. What's up?
You remember that thing I said yesterday about doing something?
I do indeed.
You want to do something tonight?
Yeah, sure. I was just hunting around Astoria, but I can wait. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Go to a party, go to a club, find some drunk chicks, party with them.
Sounds reasonably amusing. I have an open night, so yeah. How about we meet over at the Lucky Ace? You're interested in that place last night, and you know where it is?
I could find my way. You know what? I'll even stop by my place and put on some reasonable clothes.
That actually is a good idea. I will meet you there. I'll hold the place in line for you.
Sweet, thanks. Click.
And with that, Byron is just going to stop trying to find someone, and he's going to head on over to via subways. So, and I suppose he'll get a phone call like 2 seconds after he hangs up with Marcus. Hey, what's up, David?
Hey, I was thinking about our businesses.
Okay, you mean Astoria Estates and the Majestic?
That's right. I'm thinking, this is long-term of course, but once the Majestic project is over, we might want to start putting capital towards acquiring a construction firm. You know, get some nice vertical integration going. We deal in the land, the buildings, and the construction and maintenance therein all at once.
That sounds like a good idea. We could start out with just a basic kind of contractor type thing and build up from there.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I will. Well, I mean, like you say, it's a long-term plan. I'll keep it in mind, and I will let Evelyn know to be on the lookout for any contractors. I mean, right now I'm pretty sure we have like a handyman or something that handles our properties, but maybe we can get something better than that.
Right. I just think it might be a good idea to start, like I said, vertically integrating like that. Obviously, we've got a whole lot of our capital currently going towards the Majestic project, but once that's over, you know.
Yeah, and definitely if we get the money flow from the Majestic, it is assuming it's a success. Let's hope. We should have enough to easily fund that type of thing. My only concern is that weren't we going to keep the Majestic and the Story of the States separate and out of character? What did we decide on that? We had that big conversation.
Yeah. We're building the Majestic using money from Astoria Estates because otherwise we wouldn't have any cash flow going towards it. But it's not officially owned by Astoria Estates. It's its own independent entity.
Right. Well, I'm sure that can be taken care of by lawyers. So Byron may or may not have said that out loud. It goes fine either way. So yeah.
Basically, we're building it using some of our cut of Astoria Estates money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, Byron thinks that's a good idea, and he will definitely make a note of that and let Evelyn know that it's something to look out for. But since it is months or perhaps a year away, it's not shouldn't be that big a deal right now.
Yeah, this is a plan that we can enact on a vampire's timescale.
Exactly. So yeah, Byron's all for it.
All right. And I was just thinking of that because I'm doing some renovations at my place.
Yeah. Actually, I did have a question for you. I'm doing a little of the same on my place. Any tips or pointers, just rudimentary stuff for security, I would appreciate. Nothing too fancy. I want to be able to do it on my own. So
cameras, first of all, always cameras. Door bars, locks, chains. And make sure that the door and door frame aren't the weakest part of your security system.
Okay. Good tips. I will keep that in mind. Where do you get those cameras anyway?
Oh, mine?
Just in general.
Some of them are standard CCTV cameras, and the others are webcams.
Huh. I'll look into that. Thanks for the heads up.
I mean, if you're living on the books, you could also get some sort of actual security system.
That is true.
Punch in
definitely.
code, that kind of thing.
Right, exactly. That's a good point. I'll actually get Evelyn to set that up. Set a professional firm to come look at it. That's a very good idea.
But yeah, putting those things shouldn't be too obtrusive and should really help.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of the door frames actually, so that's a really good tip.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe the people that put in great locks, but their door frames are flimsy plywood.
Definitely, I'll see about getting those reinforced. Thanks a bunch, and keep me updated with what's going on with Marcus and Joseph. I'm actually heading to, that club we went to, the Lucky Ace. Apparently Marcus wants to go there, so I'm meeting him there later. So
Wow. It's a pretty nice place. I like the whole bootlegger vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, right now I'm looking into the murders for Joseph. He said that he feels like if he manages to bring the killer to justice, it might bring him some peace with the whole thing.
Sounds like a good idea. Anything to give Joseph a little peace, I think would be really good right now.
Yeah, I agree. I told him that he might want to talk to you, see if you can use your mind control to get a confession out of the guy once he's found.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind that at all. If he's a person that killed 13 little girls, I will, I don't have any problem with doing that.
Yeah, I'd like to be involved too. And it's 13 little girls that we found.
True enough. Well, I don't know. Anything more than 0, kind of whatever.
Just pointing out, he could still be killing.
Lovely. Well, anyway, let's track that guy down and we can deal with it then.
Agreed. Anyway, have fun on your date with Marcus.
Oh, yeah. He's dressing up for the occasion. It should be just a wild, extravagant affair.
Wow, Marcus getting all dolled up. Are you lucky?
Yeah, I think he might be wearing jeans without any rips in them. It'll be a novel concept.
Wow. Click.
Yeah, same.
Now, Byron would certainly know, both from an in-game perspective with his ego, as well as an out-of-game perspective, that for anything that he might try to hand off to Evelyn, Byron is more knowledgeable about finances than she is.
That is true. He knows the ins and outs. What Byron is thinking of is that it's very hard to deal with contractors when your schedule is 9 to 10 p.m. to 6 or so a.m.
Right.
So
whenever daylight is not an option.
Exactly, and so he understands the finances of the Majestic and Astoria Estates far better than Evelyn does. Evelyn just knows what account to put stuff in. But yeah, that's what I was getting at, is that she'll need to handle the kind front, shall we say.
So some sort of fucking weather front moving in, and then the kind front is currently...
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to figure out what they would put on the weather map for that,
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, so with that, yeah, Byron is just, getting on a metro, heading down to Lower Manhattan to go to that bar. So
when Marcus, considers dressing up, what does that mean for him?
Well, I get out the good jeans, the one with the fewest rips in them.
Don't you also have a suit jacket?
I have a suit jacket that's a little bit worse for wear from Byron, yes. And then I'll get one of my button-up shirts that I wear some never, but I have them.
So they're pristine.
Yes, they're in good condition. The pants, not so much, and the suit jacket, not so much, but...
They're pristine
ensemble-
other than all of the dust they've accumulated.
So, you know, it looks sort of, you know, like Jeremy Clarkson, you know? Except not as old. This'll work, right? Okay. I mean, Marcus doesn't know what the lucky... I mean, he knows it's an upscale place, but this is upscale for him.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just hoping that Gavin Andrews is there and he sees you with me. Oh, well.
Gavin
Well.
Andrews is there. Maybe I can challenge him to a dance battle. And regain your honor.
A dance-off.
Awesome.
Man, I know you can diss, but can you dance?
God damn it. Oh, I'm imagining how I made the character in my head, and now the concept of a dance-off with him is just...
I think it'd be another Theo Bell stare, just dumbfounded.
Oh, great. It's great. Okay. Byron arrives first. It is, Friday.
Great job, Grimith. It's Friday.
I thought it was Thursday. Well, I don't care. Whatever.
It's Friday.
Oh, no, Friday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday morning.
And I did blush up. I just took 2 points off.
The establishment won't be open for that long by the time that you arrive, and then Marcus arrives as well for Friday morning, since, you know, it'll still be a work day and all. You got maybe 2 hours best. This is the world of darkness, so obviously all sorts of laws will be loosened and relaxed. And Byron, you know, doesn't have too much trouble standing in line. When Marcus arrives, though, and attempts to present himself as a sort of douchebag, let's go ahead and have ourselves a sort of charisma plus what am I looking for here? I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll go ahead with an etiquette. Charisma plus etiquette, a difficulty 8 to blend in, Marcus Paulson.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower just to get an automatic success.
Alright, Marcus spends a point of willpower. And gets an extra success along with that for 2 successes. Marcus, you know, does draw some attention. He's an out-of-place sort. This isn't his scene. But, you know, it's cool. Whatevs. Yeah.
I'm going to ask. Yeah, he lost a little bit of fame from that night, but do any of these upscale people remember him from the Middleman, or is it entirely a different clientele?
Entirely different.
All right.
You know how these crazy lick sticks are, and they're all sorts of exclusive environments.
Oh yeah, I was just throwing it out there, just being curious.
But, you know, perhaps maybe they have heard rumors of the legendary Marcus Paulson, and maybe they just stopped caring and started thinking and talking about other things that matter to them. Not in the bounds of themselves. They're just like, whatever. It's a stylish look. Fine.
It's stylish somewhere. To someone.
Yeah. And Marcus manages to pass it off despite the fact that both of you look like dead, cold corpses.
Well, no, I blushed up.
That's true.
It's true.
Despite
Marcus
the fact
didn't-
that Marcus looks like a dead, cold corpse.
Marcus can just say I'm a musician. This is how I do. This is how I look all the time.
Which ends up drawing a lot more scrutiny than originally advertised once they, the people behind him and in front of him, keep looking back and, or forward and realize he's not breathing. He radiates no heat. There isn't a vibration or a pulse at the base of his neck.
Because people are just reaching up and touching him, being like, now let's see, you got a pulse? Are you hot?
Yep, that's what they do. True story.
That's kind of weird, man.
No, shut up. I'm checking to see if you're alive.
That's right.
I'm talking to you right now. What do you think? What do you think of some kind of creature of the night? You're crazy. But whatever, they can look and make whatever judgments they want. Vampires ain't real.
Byron is doing his best to ignore everything that is going on with that.
And unlike the fashion shit, which could perhaps be, ignored and glossed over normally, the fact that Marcus does look like he is dead does attract attention that doesn't go away. Especially after some other time spent waiting. Byron isn't waiting that long. You get into the club where everyone, it seems just about, at some point or another, they glance at Marcus and then they inevitably do a double take, and sometimes a triple take. Not just because of what he's wearing, but because of the fact that he looks like he's dead.
Yeah, Byron...
Can you excuse me? I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I was going to say, Byron's going to say, dude, man, get that makeup off. You're making people here nervous. And he's going to say it loud enough for at least people around to hear it.
Fine. Marcus will go in the bathroom and hope no one's in there.
Yet.
Well, if that's the case, he's going to go into a bathroom stall and blush up.
Alright, that is 3 points of vitae for Marcus to blush out.
Whatever. I'll get it back later.
As, for Marcus, it seems that, it has become increasingly difficult for him to, sustain this facade, this mockery of life. Doesn't really seem that worthwhile, come on.
Hey, I'm gonna go take my dog out. I'll be right back.
Okay. All the same, Marcus does end up doing it.
And just to increase the illusion, he's going to splash some water on his face, and make it look like he actually, washed his face and stuff like that.
Alright.
There, better. Is the makeup gone? Did I miss any?
No, I was just smoothing it over with a few of these folks that were a little curious, and I was explaining to them how you're kind of a sort of medium deal in Astoria. You're a musician, and it's all part of your
it's all my act,
so to speak. Yeah.
My
As
fans,
it turns out, this has completely bored people, and for Byron
that's all we want to know.
To explain the situation.
Good. The situation has become too mundane to care about.
Oh, part of my plan. No, but Byron will go ahead and show, just kind of walk around, make small talk with folks, and show Marcus the various contraptions that he remembers from his previous 2 or 3 times here, and until Marcus gets bored and finds some cute lipstick to take out or something.
This place is definitely different and perhaps interesting for Marcus. The various trapdoors and the sort of displays, and there's no problem going down to the basement to see the old vault, how they used to store the alcohol and shit like that. This is also not exactly, as I said, Marcus's primary locale. All around you have people who look different than his normal, people he hangs with. his various and numerous acquaintances spread out across, rough bars. They talk about different things, sort of remind him of the snooty degenerates, the members of his clan, and sometimes they aren't even speaking English, which is rude.
This is a bar, right? Why aren't people more drunk?
Yeah. He's also noticing that there's a lot of light drinks being had, light fare, right? Like, people aren't coming here to drink alcohol to become drunk, but rather because it tastes good or it's a part of social interaction.
That's an interesting concept.
There are a lot of pretty and knowledgeable people to be sure, but for the most part it seems like everyone's, just only fairly intoxicated. No one's, as drunk as Marcus usually ends up getting these days.
Marcus will make small talk with people that, don't blow him off immediately, apparently. And if the chance arises, he will attempt to, glean some information. Gossip. See what the word is.
I'm trying to imagine this. Grimith might be asking this. How do you go about that? What do you talk to these people about?
I don't know. Just things. Like, how's the weather going on? What do you think of the Knicks? These are the wrong questions I should be talking to people about.
See, the problem is that, Marcus can go ahead and make another Charisma Plus etiquette at, difficulty 9, since, he no longer looks like a dead corpse.
I only failed.
You only failed. No, it seems that no one is particularly interested in communicating with Marcus at all. Or like, his attempt to provide salient talking points for idle chatter are met with rather polite yet cold and distant replies, and no further attempts to continue conversing with him, and it seems many excuses to stop conversing with him.
Can at some point can Byron try combined roll of some sort of etiquette, just to kind of smooth over any flubs that he does?
Sure. You can do a, let's see, adjusted for you. You can have a charisma plus etiquette at difficulty 6, Byron.
All right, sweet. That's 6.
Krypsyn's like, I want a social roll.
I just don't want to fail it. Okay, good.
You didn't fail. No, you didn't fail. As far as, Byron can tell you, they just don't care about Marcus. It's not like they're so offended they're going to find out who he is and where he lives and hunt him down. It's just like, well, whatever. It doesn't particularly affect you. People have more boorish and uncouth companions. Really, it's just amazing that Marcus got it here at all. Come on, right?
Marcus is gonna kind of like, so what the hell do people do here? I tried the talking thing. It didn't work out.
They're just not your crowd. It's kind of like if I walked into a grunge bar or something, or hey, even better, a biker bar, and I tried to talk with someone there. It's what do you guys? What do they talk about here? Politics, finance, their butlers. I don't know. That type of stuff.
Man, is like anything interesting happen here besides just talking?
Marcus would certainly realize that if he so desired, he does have the means by which he could potentially command the attention of these people.
I do have that ability, but I don't want to use that right now. I'm already low enough on blood as it is, and pushing it lower means I'm more likely to go a little bit more crazy. Is there a stage here?
No.
Okay, it's not my kind of place.
Yeah, Byron, if you say that out loud, Byron was nod and say, yeah, but at least you got to see the cool contraptions and knickknacks and stuff.
I will admit, this place is pretty cool. It's got some history around it. It's got some very interesting history. It's just too bad that there's such dull idiots here. None offense to you, Byron. You're pretty cool.
Byron will just politely chuckle at that. Say, no problem. No problem. It's well, anyway, I'm content to cut out if you are.
I mean, is there anything else to do here? I mean, doesn't look like there's anyone you were particularly interested in talking to besides, those two women over there, but...
No, I mean, I guess Byron will give kind of a casual glance around the room and see if he sees anyone that looks interesting. But, I mean, if Edward's there, he's not going to talk to him. And, yeah, I mean, he's probably no one there he wants to talk to.
Anyone here could be interesting, though. You don't know.
I mean, Marcus is going to take one last look around. Does anyone here look like a vampire? Besides us.
Speak for yourself.
Perhaps they're better at disguising it using his casual perception. It looks like you're the guys are the only two vampires.
You think a place like this would have more, of us around?
Well, I mean, it is a Thursday night, and there aren't that... I mean, there are a lot of bars in this city, even upscale ones, and I mean, I'm sure there's some at other bars around town. Probably at least 2 or 3 at the Middleman or something. I don't know. And there is that one place. There is that one place I met Valentine, and no, I can't even get in there. I'm sure without getting on the list from him.
All right. If you want to go, Byron, we can go.
No, I was just asking you. You seem uncomfortable. I mean, I can. I mean, these are the people I talk to, so I can definitely talk with each of them. But this place, it's going to close in the next 45 minutes or hour, or however long you can be here. I don't know. And so,
how about this? I'll head out now and get to Astoria. You can get your you can work your magic with some ladies around here. Maybe, I don't know.
Sounds like a plan.
You could do whatever Ventrue do. And I'll head to Astoria and attempt to do the same.
You're going to try to do what Ventrue do in Astoria? Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Byron will just smirk and nod him goodbye, and then walk off to I don't know, chat up the room or whatever Ventrue do like that.
Byron is certainly capable of engaging in polite conversation with these individuals. What is Byron's current profession?
If asked, he'll just say he's a private investor. He doesn't work for a big firm. He just privately manages money.
Oh, okay, because, I'd heard from so-and-so that apparently you were here on business for insurance companies.
Yeah, that was actually a line I was using because I wanted to try to get the straight goat from someone about something, and I figured coming at it from the side might get loosen lips more. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. And Marcus leaves to return to his land, the land of the poor.
The land of the free.
The land of the subtle.
God damn it.